The starting goaltenders, let's reintroduce them for you again tonight. Whether it's a lack of confidence or the traffic in front, Roberto Luongo was off his game in Vancouver. Maybe the return to the United Center will help. He gave up just 4 goals here as opposed to 11 in Vancouver. Antti Niemi is now 10 games into his first playoff odyssey. He's won 7 of them, and that's roughly the number of words he's spoken in discussing them too. Chicago Blackhawks will start their top line as Kevin Pollock and Brad Watson get set to work this game. Jonathan Toews, Dustin Byfuglien, and Patrick Kane have 20 points in this series, 13 of them on the power play. They'll have Nick Hjalmarsson and Brian Campbell behind them on defense. Ryan Kesler reunited with Pavel Demitra. He's got Mason Raymond on his left starting for Vancouver. Alexander Edler and Sami Salo start on the defense. The Canucks had great starts in this building in games 1 and 2. And the Hawks are going to the attack here. Toews centering pass, missed everyone in front and came all the way back to center as Hjalmarsson chases the puck. Nick Hjalmarsson trying to clear the puck out of his own zone. He's able to do that. Alexander Edler to Mason Raymond. He'll play the puck back to Sami Salo. Ahead for Ryan Kesler, who's yet to score in this series. His winger Pavel Demitra. The Slovak was scratched in the last game. Both teams making their first changes now. Christian Ehrhoff got the scoring started in this building in game 1. Chris Versteeg on the ice. So if you look around, you'll see that the Sedins are out there. Daniel and Henrik with Alex Burrows again playing against the checking line centered by Dave Bolland.
And Jim, this is one of the only times that Alain Vigneault has been able to get his matchup off of icings. And here an early icing puts the Chicago Blackhawks without the total lineup they want. Hjalmarsson still hasn't come off yet, so Brent Seabrook is the only one left on the bench.
Henrik Sedin has been great on the faceoffs, and he just won that one. Ehrhoff takes a shot. He scores! Christian Ehrhoff from the same spot he opened the scoring in game 1. 59 seconds in, Vancouver has the lead.
Well, whether it was no helmets in the warm-up, something's changed, and the biggest difference between game 4 and 5 is the opportunity coming the way of the Vancouver Canucks through a screen. You could see Burrows after the faceoff. So many set plays by the Vancouver Canucks off faceoffs. This time it goes back to the point, and that's one that Niemi just didn't see to the last second. Watch Burrows get inside position, goes by Hjalmarsson, and that little bit of a bump on Niemi just distracted him enough. But what a huge momentum builder for the Vancouver Canucks on the road.
Henrik Sedin, 60% is his face-off statistic for this series and the playoffs, and that's a big face-off win there. He and Daniel both get assists on the goal by Christian Ehrhoff. 1-0 Vancouver. Here they come again. Grabner with a shot that's blocked. Michael Grabner to Kevin Bieksa. Here comes Thomas Kopecky with countryman Marian Hossa at center, tracked down by Michael Grabner. Brent Sopel left the puck behind, and the Canucks couldn't get control of it. Grabner just couldn't quite find the handle. His shift is over. Vancouver is changing. Thomas Kopecky decides to dump the puck in when he didn't have a play, and Chicago will start a change. Yannick Hansen gets the puck to center on a Vancouver fourth line with Ryan Johnson and Steve Bernier. There's a big hit by Ryan Johnson on Brian Campbell, and the Canucks would like to get that part of their forecheck going. Christian Ehrhoff up the middle. Hjalmarsson turns it back at the Chicago line. Here's Shane O'Brien. Steve Bernier at center. John Madden out here with Adam Burish and Ben Eager. The fourth lines playing against each other early in the game. Ehrhoff dumps the puck in for Vancouver and changes.
Already, though, you just hear this crowd totally out of it, eerily similar to game 1. It was exact same format for Vancouver, and that led to an easy win.
Yes, mum's the word in the madhouse right now. Overskating the puck was Dustin Byfuglien. Pat Kane can't come up with it. Kesler line out against the Jonathan Toews centered line once again. Toews held the puck in a delayed offside. Those stops play.
Well, the fundamentals of the game are so important, and you mentioned the importance of faceoffs, but then what do you do after the win? And so often it's the Sedins taking that puck to the net, and you know that the Chicago Blackhawks are conscious of that, and that's why Ladd overplayed down low and wasn't able to get out to his point. They were expecting that turn to get the puck to Burrows in front. Instead, they go back to Ehrhoff, and he makes a perfect shot.
Here's the matchup we've seen throughout this series, and the Blackhawks with last change can get it easily at home. Duncan Keith and Brent Seabrook on the ice with Dave Bolland's line against the Sedins. Unlikely checking line that came together in the Nashville series. All pretty good offensive players. Andrew Ladd, Chris Versteeg, and Dave Bolland, who is a 130-point man in junior. but he's a checker in this series.
I'd say, though, the key to this checking line is the two defense. Seabrook and Keith have done a masterful job. They get the puck out so easily. You have to try to get a good, solid dump in and try to get some licks on them physically.
And here's Duncan Keith. His centering pass was blocked by Kevin Bieksa. Henrik Sedin takes the man. The puck is taken by Bieksa up the boards to Alex Burrows. There's a Canuck who needs a big game. A shoot in, and Brian Campbell is back. Mason Raymond is on him as Vancouver's changing. Duncan Keith just has a couple of points in this series. In fact, his partner Seabrook has more as Pat Kane gets into the attacking zone. Hooked the puck into the corner. Campbell follows him and gets a hold of it, trying to feed the puck to Jonathan Toews. Here's Toews out of the corner, shoots, and Luongo makes his first big save. And that's an important one for the confidence of the Vancouver goaltender and his team.
Yeah, more importantly is the team is right. They're on the bench looking at one breakdown, and this line has been effective because they have the big bodies down low. Toews gets inside positions on Albert, and then a tough play for Bieksa as he was going after Kane and had to stop mid-track, but Roberto Luongo came out, followed it, got flat to the shooter, and was able to hold on.
The best face-off man in this series has been Kyle Wellwood, and he just won a draw in his own zone. He's had an excellent playoff for Vancouver out here now with Michael Grabner and Michael Samuelsson. Wellwood tried to get Samuelsson the puck. The play's broken up by Nick Hjalmarsson, and the puck's out at center. Alexander Edler up the middle. Here's Kyle Wellwood. Sammy Salo skates the puck. His pass bounced off Brian Campbell, and now Salo will shoot the puck in and peel off to the bench on a change. Campbell. Wellwood's right on him. Wellwood took the puck away. His centering pass for Daniel Sedin coming off the bench is taken away by Hossa. And he's got two Canucks to beat, and he's shoulder to shoulder with Christian Ehrhoff. Kopecky comes in hunting for the loose puck. There's Patrick Sharp, who picked it up along the board. Cycles back into the feet of Hossa. To the blue line. Seabrook takes the shot. Stopped in front by Kopecky, who was just trying to tip it. Now Patrick Sharp with some room takes a shot. Knocked down in front of the net, and Luongo's got it. And he had a screen in front of him as Patrick Sharp took that shot, tried to go upstairs.
Well, Luongo's been accustomed to this in the last couple of games, especially dealing with the body in front. Kopecky trying to stay outside the blue. I like the aggressiveness, though. Turn around, you know bodies are coming to the net. Good box out by O'Brien. And that was the play earlier, a good solid poke check by Roberto Luongo. But an early confidence builder for the Vancouver netminder.
Reached around the screen and managed to snatch the puck out of the air with his glove. Burrows is hit. Bolin takes a shot wide of the net. Chopped in front of the goal by Andrew Ladd, and the Canucks regain possession, and out they come to center. Daniel Sedin, a flip in for Burrows to go after. Keith stumbled and hit the end boards, and there's going to be a penalty on the play. It'll be against Alex Burrows, but it looked like Duncan Keith stumbled. And Brent Seabrook dumps the puck in. Andrew Ladd on a delayed penalty call. The goaltender's out. The Canucks get the puck.
This is a bad call. I mean, this is a tough way to start. Burrows just going in aggressively. Vancouver fans will be complaining about this one. You're right. Duncan Keith was going back by himself, and he just tripped. He tripped all on his own. And Burrows even just tried to hold on to him. The stick was there at the time, but that's a call that should not have been made. Watch Duncan Keith. He just toe picks right there, and he falls on his own. So a tough break going against Vancouver early, but Jim, what a huge penalty kill, something that has been the bane of their existence throughout this playoff.
7 power play goals for Chicago in this series, 4 in the last game, 17 against Vancouver in the playoffs so far. And they need a good penalty kill. It probably means they need a big save or two. Patrick Kane into Jonathan Toews. Byfuglien heads for the front of the net. Duncan Keith and Patrick Sharp at the point man. In comes a Sharp to the front of the net. Kane to Toews. That took a little tip and then went off the tip of his stick. Here's Duncan Keith, fakes the shot. Now he passes off. Sharp trying to make a pass into the middle, intercepted by Mason Raymond in a nice play, and the young winger clears the puck.
Jim, that's something the Canuck penalty killers have to do more of. They haven't done a good enough job of taking away passing lanes, getting in shooting lanes, and that was a good read by Raymond to take that one away.
Heath winds it up to center. He'll shoot the puck in, and the Hawks will overload the right wing to try and come up with it. Kane is there. Byfuglien is there. Jonathan Toews comes up with the puck. Ehrhoff battles with him. Gets the puck and he gets it out to center. Keith can't find it, but Bernier's not fast enough. Had that been Mason Raymond, he might have been able to take off. But the Canucks get the puck into the Chicago zone. Shots are even 2-2. The power play for the Blackhawks gains center ice. It's a new unit. Marian Hossa is out. He chips the puck in. Ehrhoff first man back. He took a hit from Kopecky. Kevin Bieksa turns and he finds room up the middle to send the puck the length of the ice. Campbell is back. Chris Versteeg has come out late in the power play. And Versteeg carries the puck in. Can't get the shot. Edler stays with him. Back to Brent Seabrook at the blue line. Brian Campbell on the other side just chips the puck in. Kopecky is there. A pass intended for Versteeg was blocked, and then the Canucks fanned on the clearing attempt. Seabrook. Here's Brian Campbell. Back to Seabrook. He fakes the shot on the other side. Hossa's shot. Glanced off Luongo and off the end boards. Campbell trying to hold the puck in against Ryan Kesler. Penalty's just about over. Burrows steps out of the penalty box just as the puck is cleared the length of the ice. And a good penalty kill for Vancouver. Not a shot on goal for the Blackhawks on that power play. Here comes Brian Campbell. Moving in on Shane O'Brien to the front of the net. Tipped wide by Andrew Ladd. Sedin's out for the shift after a penalty kill. And they've got numbers up the middle. Shane O'Brien to Alex Burrows. Fakes the shot. Takes it. And a blocker saved by Antti Niemi. Canucks want to get some more shots on him right away now that he's given up a goal. Shane O'Brien in along the boards. Dave Bolland was there. And the puck comes to Andrew Ladd at center. He's got John Madden with him in the middle of the ice as he advances the puck and Christian Ehrhoff takes over. His outlet. And the Canucks get to center. Michael Grabner wide on Brent Sopel. Gets to the net. He's hooked from behind. No penalty call on it. I thought his hands were hooked and he didn't get the shot.
You saw a great example of Grabner's speed there. I think Sopel was shocked at how quickly he moved from inside to outside and beat him.
But he didn't get the puck on the net. Here's Kevin Bieksa up the ladder to knock the puck down in front of Ben Eager. Here comes Pat Kane. One man back. He shoots and he missed the net. Jonathan Toews on Wellwood. Up the boards. Ben Eager held the puck in. Gets a return pass from Kane. Slips a check. Centering pass. Luongo's got the puck at the side of the goal. And he hangs on for a face-off 8.5 minutes into the first period at the United Center. Michael Grabner with a terrific rush to the net. Blew by Brent Sopel and didn't get the shot, and the stick was in his hands. Sharp came over from Philadelphia. Winger turned center. Sami Salo gets a hit in on Kopecky and knocked him down. Henrik Sedin hovering around, and he comes up with a loose puck. His pass to Burrows got by him. Duncan Keith with a wrist shot, gloved by Roberto Luongo. And maybe the best news early on in this game, Craig, for Vancouver and their fans is Luongo looks sharp.
Well, the idea for Roberto is just settle in and show confidence. He talked a lot about the fact that he shaved his beard, playoff beard, trying to change things up. Didn't talk to the media today, and I like all that. Make a difference, send a message to your team, and more importantly, do it on the ice. And he's done it here.
Toews line on against the Kesler line. Mason Raymond, left winger back for the puck. Jonathan Toews dug the puck out of the corner. Pat Kane, stick check. Dustin Byfuglien stepped in front of Salo. Leaves the puck along the boards, and Pat Kane takes over. Gets some room, fires a slap shot, and it just went wide of the net. Tipped off the side of the goal. Jonathan Toews lets the puck go to Kane. Byfuglien's in front of the net. Kane turned, and he turned outside the blue line, put himself offside. And so Hjalmarsson is back for the puck. Kane left the puck. There could have been trouble there. Brian Campbell got the puck away from Pavel Dimitrov. There's Kane up to the blue line. Got by Mason Raymond. Sami Salo closes on him, trying to take him out of the play. Byfuglien's gone to the front of the goal. Patrick Sharp has come on in the midst of a Chicago change here. From the blue line, the puck's held in by Jordan Hendry. Out on defense with Brent Sopel, and here's a chance for Vancouver to get out. Mason Raymond to Ryan Kesler. Checked by Patrick Sharp on the back check. And up with the puck comes Jordan Hendry, who advances it. In comes Marian Hossa from Kopecky. Drives wide and shoots. Luongo makes the save, and he gets that slow-rolling rebound as well. Past the midway mark, first period. Christian Ehrhoff has the game's only goal. 1-0 Vancouver on Hockey Night in Canada. Down 3-1 in the series. Change of routine for Roberto Luongo today. He shaved his substantial playoff beard and didn't talk to the assembled media this morning.
And I think that's the way it should be. Personally, I think it's a real mistake to have your goaltender the captain. It's something that is a burden that he shouldn't have to do. If he has a bad game, how's he going to talk about the rest of the team without making it sound self-serving? And I think he's had to deal with that a number of times. He dealt with it getting pulled in Los Angeles. And Jim, at the other end, Niemi, as you mentioned, has just been able to play. He hasn't had to answer why his team is struggling. I think it's a burden that you don't need for your goaltender.
There are the Canucks on the attack. Michael Samuelsson with Kyle Wellwood and Mike